Hey there, good morning. John Assaraf here with my Achieve Even More show every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock San Diego time, 12 o'clock New York. I hope you're doing amazing. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to clear your mind of fear in 90 seconds or less. How to clear your mind of fear in 90 seconds or less. Now, I'm having a little bit of an issue with my computer and typing. So I can't type even the title on here. So hopefully you can see me and hear me. And I've got my team trying to work on stuff in the background here. And can you hear me and see me? Just let me know if you can see me. Jasmita, can you hear me and see me? Just let me know. I'm having a hard time typing on my computer and getting everyone to see what I'm typing. So let me just test that again. Maybe it's working. So fear. Our brain, everything that I teach is evidence-based. Everything that, oh, wow, this is interesting. There's some stuff happening in the background on my computer. This is weird. Okay, so my team's telling me you can hear me and see me, so there's just something not working in the backgrounds with some of my other stuff. So fear, where is fear in your brain? Like, where is it? Is it here in the left prefrontal cortex? Is it here in the right prefrontal cortex? Is it back here on the occipital lobe? Is it part of your brainstem? Where's fear? We all have fear, right? Where is fear? And by the way, if you like this topic, hit the like or the love button. Let me know, John, I like this topic around fear. I'm going to share with you a couple of easy, simple techniques to understand a little bit more about fear. Hi there, Mark Lowe. Hi there, Valerie. Hi there, Del and Tanya and Bodan, Jasmita. Awesome. By the way, if you want this, my team's going to put a link below, for you to be able to go through it with me or later. I've got a couple of techniques for you. I'm going to teach you this one, Take 6, Calm the Circuits, and I'm going to teach you how to fix your focus, lose your fears with Aya. There's a couple of things that you can do there. So if you want to copy this, I asked my team to create a little worksheet for you, afraid or brave. So where is fear in the brain? Like, what is fear in the brain? It's ours, right? Fear is one of the 6 core emotions, right? So fear is one of the 6 core emotions. But where is it in the brain? Why does fear hold you and me and everybody else back so much? Can anybody give me an answer? Let's make this a little bit interactive. My goal is to help you achieve even more. And my belief is that mindset and emotional management is one of the keys to your success. If you don't have the right mindset and you don't know how to manage your emotions, guess what? You're never going to achieve a lot of your goals and dreams. So hi, Charlotte. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Donna McNulty. Hi, Armand. Manor, hello. Anila, all right. So fill me in. Like, what is fear? Okay, it's something that holds people back. So does anybody understand why you even have a fear circuit? There's our brain's been evolving for millions of years. The brainstem evolved first as part of our instinctual brain. On top of that, on top of the brainstem, was a part of the brain called the mammalian brain for emotions. Then on top of that, the neocortex developed, the lobes, the frontal lobes, parietal lobes, occipital lobes developed last. So there were 3 basically evolutionary processes that happened with our brain growing. But the part of our brain that's one of the most highly developed has to do with the #1 priority of this organism called your brain. And that is your survival. So survival #1. And so do you think that genetically you and I are wired for survival? Yes or yes, right? So, survival. I'm going to teach you how to clear your mind of fear in 90 seconds or less. So survival is the #1 priority of your brain. So it has been wired from the brain, early development, through the emotional development, through the logic, imagination development, etc., over millions of years. but survival first above all else. Right next to survival is this. Are you ready? Avoidance of pain. We will do more to avoid pain, move away from pain, than we will to move towards gaining pleasure. Somebody type that down. We will do more to avoid pain, real or imagined pain, by the way, than we will to gain pleasure. So if you and I are biologically, neurologically wired for survival first, so anything that could challenge our survival, we're going to move away from that in a nanosecond without thought. And right next to that, anything that is real or perceived danger is going to activate, okay, a part of the brain. On the side of your brain, there's two almond-shaped pieces of tissue called the amygdala on both sides, just above the ears. This amygdala is the emotional response center of your brain. It's tied to your hippocampus, which is the memory center of your brain. And so if there is something in your memory center from a book that you've read, something you've seen on television, a podcast you've listened to, a training like this that you're watching, an experience that you've had, we've got trillions of different bits and pieces of information in our memory bank. So whenever you and I think about achieving a goal that we want to achieve, losing weight, walking across the room and introducing yourself to somebody you don't know, asking for a sale, leaving a relationship you're not happy in, asking for a raise, quitting your job, starting a new business. Anytime you have a new idea, a new something that you want to do or achieve or have or become, yours and my brain analyzes that information in the memory bank, and it checks and balances to see, is there any real or potential danger? Now, think of this. This is the most powerful biocomputer in the whole universe. So it's doing this in trillionths of seconds. It's analyzing all of the data, in its memory bank against the goal of what you want. And in a trillionth of a second, it's making a decision if there's any real or potential danger there. Now, in the brain, danger just means discomfort. Danger can mean emotional pain, physical pain, spiritual pain, financial pain, mental pain, any kind of real or imagined or possible discomfort or pain, however little or big, activates the amygdala, which is tied to that memory center, but it's also tied to this part of your brain called the right prefrontal cortex. And the right prefrontal cortex, I call, especially in my new book, Innercise, I call that the Frankenstein part of the brain. And when Frankenstein is activated, Frankenstein is coming up with all the reasons why you shouldn't take action, all the reasons how you might get hurt mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. So this check and balance system, okay, is circuits in your brain turning on or off. So whenever we have, okay, a fear circuit that's activated, the key is, how do you become aware when that circuit has been activated? Then how do you deactivate it? When Frankenstein is activated, Einstein, Mr. Einstein, the thinker part of your brain, the imagination part of your brain, the deductive reasoning, rational part of your brain actually shuts off blood flow, moves from here to the right prefrontal cortex, which then takes the motivational center of your brain and basically deactivates. So there's no motive for action. So the first thing to understand is there's nothing wrong with you or me or anybody else when we have fear. It's actually one of your most highly developed instinctual parts of your brain that is part of your DNA for survival and avoidance of pain and discomfort. Does this make sense? First and foremost, does this make sense? So think about this. If it makes sense, hit the love button. All right. If it makes sense, hit the share button, even better. So when you and I activate, either deliberately or subconsciously, our fear circuit, or when it's activated, the key is, what do I do about it? Now, I'd like to explain to you the process to help you understand. You and I, we have a brain, right? You and I have a brain. We're not our brain. We can use our brain to help us achieve things. We can use our brain in a variety of different ways. And so when the fear circuit is activated, and for those of you who've just joined us, I'm going to go through this little PDF that you can get with the link, and it's going to show you the first, hold on a sec. The first Innercise is called Take 6, Calm the Circuits. So when the fear circuit's activated, there's something called the sympathetic nervous system that runs all the way from your brain stem, all right? Part of your vagus nerve that goes right to your gut, okay? And when the sympathetic nervous system is activated, epinephrine, cortisol, or norepinephrine is activated, adrenaline, and it's part of your fight or flight response system. It's automatic. It happens in billionths of a second. And what happens is heartbeat goes up, blood flow changes, from where it is in the brain. And guess what most people will do? Will either run away, will freeze, or will try to fight somehow. That's the natural reactive state when we activate that sympathetic nervous system. Now, I hope you heard what I said, reactive state. So when that circuit is activated, you're in a reactive automatic state, and you will always react to the highest level of training that you have for that circumstance or situation. So if you aren't trained in that circumstance, if somebody pulls a gun, to your head, or somebody pulls a knife to you and you don't know how to maneuver around it, you will fight, flee, or freeze. Now, when that sympathetic nervous system is activated, you're not using your thinking brain because blood is being pulled away from the thinking center of your brain. And so what happens is you are paralyzed. You are going to revert back to your old behaviors and your highest level of training. So here's Innercise number 1. Whenever you have self-doubt, whenever you have a fear of failure, fear of being embarrassed, fear of being ashamed, fear of being ridiculed, fear of being judged, fear of succeeding then failing, fear of disappointing yourself if you do your best and it's not good enough. Okay, there's 50 different types of fears that activate automatically. Now, there's nothing wrong with having fears. The problem isn't fear. The problem is your training. So the simplest training I can give you today is to understand, first and foremost, above all else, most fears will not kill you. But what you have to do is you have to deactivate the sympathetic circuit, okay, or sympathetic nervous system, which is activated by your fear circuit or your stress circuit. And the easiest way to start this process is to stop. And you take 6 deep breaths in through your nose, slowly, 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 like this. Deep, 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 deep breath in. And then very slowly, even slower out, like you're blowing out through a straw. Come on, do it with me. Practice is the way to get better. Now, when you take 6 long inhales slowly, fill up your diaphragm, fill up your lungs, and then you exhale slowly and you focus on breathing. pucker your lips. Breathing through a straw, you focus your attention on the breath coming out like you have a straw in your mouth. Now you're in control of your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, right? This brain of yours is connected, all right, to what? Through your nervous system to every part of your body. So when you deactivate the sympathetic nervous system in a state of stress or fear or self-doubt or anxiety, and you deactivate sympathetic nervous system and you activate parasympathetic, which is your calm and respond circuit, right? Your fear and reactive circuit, sympathetic, calm and respond circuit, parasympathetic. Now, once you've taken 6 deep breaths in and out, now you re-regulate the blood flow to your thinking center. Now you are back in control. You're out of fight or flight, and you're in a calm state so you can respond instead of react. In a reactive state, you're going into your subconscious, automatic behaviors, boom, without thought. And you will always divert back to your highest level of training. So if you're not trained, guess what? You're going to revert back into fight, flight, or freeze. Now, in a calm state, then what you want to do, right? And this is part 2, which is in the fight. It's called Fix Your Focus, Lose Your Fears with Aya. Fix your focus, lose your fears with Aya. So after you've taken these 6 deep breaths, all right, which anybody could do. I've taught this to kindergarten children. I've taught this, to professional athletes. You take the 6 deep breaths. Then when you've got your thinking brain back, you focus on Innercise number 2. It's called Aya, A-I-A. Does this make sense, by the way? Aya stands for awareness, intention, action. Awareness, intention, action. So now, what I want you to be aware of. So now in a calm, responsive state, you're aware of what were my thoughts just in the moment before I felt anxious or stressed or fearful or doubtful. Like, what were my thoughts? Was I running a negative what if scenario? So what if I try and I fail? What if I do my best and it's not good enough? What if I'm embarrassed or ashamed or ridiculed? Or what if I lose money? Or what if I make a mistake? What if? Most times when fear is activated, we are either consciously, deliberately, or subconsciously asking a negative what if question. What if negative, 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 negative activates the fear center even more, and we create and reinforce this disempowering fear doom loop. And if we do that often enough, that becomes part of our default way of being, default way of thinking, default way of feeling, default expectations. So if we are running disempowering what if frames, we keep reinforcing exactly what we don't want. So by actively using the Aya Innercise, awareness of my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings, my sensations, and my behaviors in a state of awareness, thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and behaviors. And if I learn how to do it in a calm, relaxed state, where I do not, let me repeat, I do not blame myself, judge myself, or justify. No blame, no shame, no guilt, no justification, just pure awareness of what's going on in my brain, what's going on in my heart, what's going on in my gut. When I practice this awareness, awareness is what gives you choice. Choice is what gives you freedom if you make the right choices. So awareness is me observing what's going on. And all I need is a small little minute or two or three to shift from reaction to calmness and responsive and awareness, then in the state of awareness, now I'm in my power. And now I can ask myself, hey, John, hey, Abigail, hey, Cheryl, hey, Ayelet, hey, Monica, hey, Tammy, hey, Debbie, hey, Holly, hey, Karen King, hey, Manor or Manor, hey, Debbie, hey, Leftheria, hey, Pri, hey, let me see if I got some more. What's my intention right now in this minute? What is my intention? Well, my intention is to be aware. My intention is to be positive. My intention is to focus on what I want. My intention is to take action. My intention is, you set your intention and then you ask yourself, okay, great. Now what's one action step that I can take? What's one, not 3 or 4 or 5, what's one action step I could take towards what I want, towards my vision, my goal, my dream that I want? What's one action step? And so when I do these 2 little Innercises, and again, if you've just joined, we're going through how to clear your mind of fear in 90 seconds or less. There's a process called Take 6, Calm the Circuits, and Aya, to be able to fix your focus, lose your fear. So when I just do those first simple beginner Innercises, I am now in control instead of this fear circuit that has got billion or millions of years of evolutionary triggers that's going to try and make me aware of some real or potential danger. And so when I'm aware, when I set an intention, when I take a small little micro action towards what I want, I'm therefore moving away from a disempowered state of what I don't want. Like, I don't want to consistently allow fear to hold me back. I don't want to have a disempowering relationship with fear. I want to have a very powerful relationship with fear, where fear is my friend and I could use my fear, the cortisol, the epinephrine, the norepinephrine, the adrenaline, as my fuel for success. Now, think about this. If the fear circuit is part of your brain and it's part of, the other emotions that you can use to navigate your life, the better you learn how to understand the different circuits and the different parts of your brain, the more successful you're going to be, right? If mindset is what separates the rest from the best, and emotional control and resiliency determines when you put on the gas or put on the brake, doesn't it make sense that just learning a little bit about how you do what you do, why you do what you do, what motivates you, what demotivates you, what causes you to have fear? Is it real? Is it imagined? Is it true? Is it not? Doesn't that give you more control? Well, of course it does. And so I wanted to just give you a little bit of a taste of what fear is. And think about this. Imagine you're driving your car down the street and a light pops up on your dash. Right? Light, just a red light pops on your dash. What's the process by which that's happening? So imagine that there's a biocomputer, okay, somewhere in your car. Somewhere you can't even see it. There's a biocomputer somewhere in your car. And let's say that biocomputer is connected, okay, either wirelessly or via wires, to the air pressure in your tires, to your trunk, to your windows, to your spark plugs, to your oil sensor, to your windshield wiper sensor, to the door locks, to everything. The little biocomputer is connected to everything. And it's calibrated to let you know if something is, there for you to pay attention to. So let's say, the light goes on and you look a little bit closer and you go, oh, I better stop the car because my trunk is open. The light's a signal, right? Let's say the light comes on in your car and you can see, my left rear tire is low on air, like mine was just a few days ago. Okay, let's say the light comes on and says you're low on windshield wiper fluid. Let's say you live on the East Coast where it's been snowing, and you need to make sure that your windshield wiper fluid is topped up so you can, use your windshield wipers. The signal, the light that pops up on your dash, is just a signal. You don't take a hammer and hit the light. No, the light is there to make you aware. Fear is there to make you aware. Now, most people, in the absence of knowledge and understanding and skill, they are victims of fear. And when they keep allowing the fear circuit to control them, they create a perspective and expectation of all this negative stuff that's happening, because when the fear circuit's activated, it makes you feel in the present moment that something could go wrong. Something could cause you pain and discomfort and suffering and hurt. But it also projects into the future. Again, in billionths of a second, all the negative consequences that could, might, possibly happen. So it is operating at lightning speeds. It's making you consciously aware of it. And what do most people do? They ignore just the signal. They take a hammer and they hit it, or they, drink too much alcohol or pop too many pills or pretend that signal doesn't exist. This makes sense? So the key is to level up your awareness, to upgrade your skill, to practice that skill so that you are in control and you are able to respond instead of react, and create a default mechanism for avoidance of doing what you need to be doing to achieve your goals and dream. All right? So Cheryl, fear sometimes is false evidence appearing real, but sometimes it's very, very true. Sometimes there is a very big risk, and you need to say, stop. What can I do to minimize the risk? What knowledge do I need? What skill do I need? What tool do I need? What resource do I need? What help do I need in order to mitigate the real risk that's here that could cause me pain and suffering? Now, you do this in a state of awareness and control, not a state of ignorance and victimhood. All right? So, fear is not your enemy unless you are ignorant. Meaning not knowing. Ignorant doesn't mean you're stupid. Ignorant just means you don't know, because you've never either had training with me or other people, and then you've never practiced enough to build your neuromuscle of awareness and intention and choice. And you may not have built your skill level, okay, by practicing some of the Innercises, okay, that you are able to practice. All right, so did you enjoy that? There is your Achieve Even More training for today. I do this training every day, or not every day. I do this training every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 o'clock New York time. If you like the work that I do, would you please share it? Hit the share button. If you didn't get your How to Clear Your Mind of Fear in 90 Seconds little manual or little PDF that I did, which gives you the step-by-step instructions, you can fill in the link below. Just put in your name or email, whatever, and we'll send it to you. I'm going to be doing, a whole bunch more training on fear. Fear is the silent killer. People just don't understand this. Fear is happening at a subconscious level, and it's a silent killer. And in the absence of skill, you're going to be a victim, of fear. It's just not the best way to live. All right. If you like this, hit the like and love button, which I see. Thank you so much. How about a high five? Boom, boom. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you sharing my work with others. I'm also on Instagram. I've got a YouTube channel. We do a lot of stuff in my company, NeuroGym, to help people strengthen their mindset and upgrade their skills so that they can achieve their biggest goals and dreams faster and easier than ever before. When you... people ask me a lot of times, I'll just share this with people. Ask me, like, why are you so into the brain? And I can tell you that without learning how to strengthen your muscles, your neuromuscles, and without learning how to master your mindset and your emotions, all of the knowledge and skills in the world are pretty much useless. People won't apply it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today. Please share my work if you enjoy it. And if there's any way I can help you, just let me know. And thanks so much. Appreciate you. Have an awesome, awesome day. And here's to you achieving even more. More health, more wealth, more, deeper relationships, more peace of mind, more calmness, more of everything. Let's have a life of more. More giving, more charity, more understanding, more awareness. I want more, and I want more for you too. Bye now, and thank you.